Proximity to genius doesn't equal genius. I could work next to Elon Musk for 10 years. His IQ is so much greater than mine, I'm not going to get bits and pieces of it. Andy Reid's coaching tree is excellent. Everybody works. Why? Because he is a mentor and a teacher and a big bear, and he puts his arms around you and he shares his knowledge. Whereas Belichick's a genius and his coaching tree's mostly been a mess. By the way, what was the part of the Patriots this year that massively underachieved? Wide receivers. N'Keal Harry, the rookie. First-round pick, never developed. Mohamed Sanu, why'd it take so long? Tight ends, nobody's productive. I mean, to me, I think it's a big whiff, and I think Ian O'Connor's a writer in New York. He said it this morning. They wanted Matt Rule. Giants wanted to interview him, and this morning they saw Carolina give him $70 million, not even talk to the Giants. The Giants started getting crushed on social media, and they finalized a deal for Joe Judge, who was potentially going to take the Mississippi State job, which is the 8th best job in a college football conference down south. A's hire A's and B's hire C's. Gettleman's a B. Joe Judge will feel indebted to him. Joe Judge is somebody that won't push back.
First, I'd like to start by thanking the mayor and the Tisch families, Mr. Gettleman, Kevin Abrams, for this wonderful opportunity. I do not take lightly the position I'm in and the people, the city, and the region that I represent.
Mike McCarthy, no interest in the Giants. Ron Rivera, no interest in the Giants. I'd rather coached against them. Jason Garrett, didn't show a lot of interest in the New York Giants. I'm not sure if they loved him, but there's candidates out here. Urban Meyer, no interest. John Dorsey, insecure guy, loud guy, hires Freddie Kitchens. Kitchens won't push back. I mean, if you're going to hire somebody in New York, why wouldn't you hire Josh McDaniels? Josh McDaniels would roll his eyes at old school Gettleman. He would push back on Gettleman. He'd say, we're winning championships. You haven't won anything. And so Josh McDaniels is a threat to Dave Gettleman and gives him his first job. He feels indebted to him. I don't like the move.
There's a question out there I'm sure a lot of people are asking. That's number one, who am I? We're going to put a product on the field that the people of this city and region will be proud of, because this team will represent this area. We will play fast. We'll play downhill. We'll play aggressive. We'll punch you in the nose for 60 minutes. We'll play every play like it has a history and a life of its own with a relentless competitive attitude. But you expect the players to be held to a certain standard. And for all the ones who have played under me to this point, I appreciate your work and your sacrifice to allow me to have this opportunity that I have today, and it's just an opportunity. I have to make the most of it. And that starts today.
All of Andy's assistants work. I mean, John Harbaugh, Doug Peterson, Matt Nagy, they all work. None of Belichick's do. So you got Eric Bieniemy, who had the MVP last year, has been key in the growth and development of Patrick Mahomes.
We'll play fundamentally sound. We will not beat ourselves. That is our mission right here. I'm about caring for the players in the locker room. Let's not forget there's a human element to this game. Let's not think that in professional sports that paying a paycheck to somebody makes it absent of empathy. We're going to ask these men to come in and give everything they have every day. We're going to demand it. I want the people that pay their hard-earned money in the neighborhoods of New York, North Jersey, South Jersey to come to our games and know that the players on the field play with the same attitude they wake up with every morning. It's in your face. We're not going to back down from anybody. We're going to come to work every day and grind it out the way they do in their jobs every day. They put a Giants uniform on, they put a Giants hat or jersey on, that it's not representing just the 53 on the field, but it's representing their neighborhoods, their communities, and their families with the values they have instilled in their children. My priority is to put the right men around these players that they can come to work every day, they can be coached hard, they can be taught.
Belichick's the best coach on that staff. McDaniels is the second best coach. Brian Flores was the third best, and he took Miami. Cross your fingers, hopefully that works. But there's nothing about this move I like.
There's not going to be a coach in our organization who has nothing but the best interest of the players at hand and isn't going to come to work every day and put their butt on the line for the guys who are going to work hard for them. And I want teachers, not presenters. I don't want someone who looks fancy in front of a screen that can sell you with a lot of different sales lines. I want teachers. I want old school people who can get to our players and give them the mental image of what it's supposed to look like. The margins of error in this league are too small. You cannot get by with some kind of magic scheme or new gimmick or think you've reinvented the wheel. And those fundamentals will start for us in the classroom. They'll start with being at meetings on time. They'll start with being on the field on time, in the proper dress, They'll start with knowing your playbook. They'll start with being out there and stretching the right way and warming your body up the right way that you prevent any kind of soft tissue injuries on the field. It's meant to be a physical game. It's for tough people. We will practice with a physical attitude. We will practice in pads. We will practice live tackling. Not to make a statement that we're trying to be tough. We're going to practice live tackling because I believe in doing it safely. There's not going to be shortcuts to what we have to do. And I'm going to do everything in my power every day to make sure the people of this city and this area turn on the TV or sit in the stadium seats and are proud to say that we're their New York Giants.
The Jets panicked. Thank God the Jets didn't fire Adam Gase. I thought they were going to overreact and do that. I was like, God, don't fire Adam Gase. Don't cave. But this is what has happened to the Giants, a once proud organization that has patted themselves on the back too long. They're old school. Their GM's over his skis. It's yikes. Wow. Congrats to Carson Wentz and Mike McCarthy. That's who you get to face.